Hi there, this is Snow City Tarot, and I'm here with a pick-a-deck reading. Today's topic is a little late, but the year is still young. I wanted to do a love 2021 prediction for focusing just on love life for the next year. So, I've got 5 decks to choose from today. This will be deck 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we'll just get right into it, and I'll start with deck 1. Hi, group 1. This is for those that you have picked the Muka Tarot. This is your reading. Let's see. My desk is a little crowded today. I don't know where I'm going to put some of these boxes. All right. So I've got this set up in a certain way. So I'm going to take a look at your current love situation, what you're coming out of from 2020. And then I'm going to look at the good that's coming in, the things that are leaving this year, the themes that are leaving rather, and where you'll be at the end of 2021. And then I will take a Wisdom of the Oracle card to get some advice for you. So let's start it off with, hang on, your current situation coming out of 2020. What good is coming in for you in 2021? Got a lot of cards here, but I'm not going to take them. I do see the Empress, so that's pretty good. What good is coming in for 2021 in regards to love? What's leaving in 2021 when it comes to love life? And where will you be by the end of 2021? All right. Let me zoom in here. Zoom. There we go. All right. So I'll take some extra cards to clarify these. So where you are currently in your love life. Well, we've got the Justice card. So what's interesting about the Justice card is it's a really, of course, it's balanced. But why do they say it's balanced? Well, because there's 2 sides of justice. There is that, passionate drive for justice, and then there's the rational, analytical side of justice. So with this, it kind of looks like you might be playing very careful. Not really like fearful. I don't see fearful here. However, I do see careful. Like you're not going to let yourself get out of hand. Maybe last year you might have had an issue where you kind of let your life get out of hand. Maybe you let your feelings get out of hand, and maybe you were kind of letting them go and letting them go to whoever you would want to give them to, and maybe they weren't taking it. So honestly, this is kind of a defensive card. But it's defensive in a tactical sort of way. And that's kind of what I see with this card. Any more details I can get from this, please? For some of you, maybe you were involved with a Libra. Oops. More details. Yeah. Well, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, this kind of shows that maybe there were some kind of unexpected opportunities last year that you had. And, and it's not necessarily saying it's very bad or anything. This could also say that maybe you got involved with someone and you kind of balanced your feelings out. Or maybe something in your situation regarding someone else has changed and you kind of got a better perspective of what it was that was going on in reality. So this situation could be good or bad. It's really just saying that this is coming from your perspective as a whole for the last year has just kind of really mellowed out due to some kind of external force, external factors or changes. So where you are now, good coming in, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. Well, the good that's coming in is actually, it's less, this looks less about love from others and more about self-love here. And I'm sure a lot of people are actively practicing this, especially after here, because these cards are very self-oriented, really, when it comes to love. You're being very rational. You're making the right decisions. You're taking time to understand what you want and understand what you deserve. So with this is someone who's very disciplined. Very disciplined. This is someone who's also very independent. So you might be coming out of I hate to say it, you guys be honest with yourselves. Maybe you were a little needy last year, but this year you're kind of making a change and you want to have this very balanced and determined and disciplined approach to romance. This could be saying for some of you, maybe you will, maybe you'll be comfortable being unattached, non-attached. Can I clarify? Well, I got these two cards. So I don't think that emotions are out of the question next year. I think that you are, you will have maybe emotional involvement with somebody, at least to start, or to, maybe you're single when you're starting off and then maybe this is the end of the year. Who knows? I got to check this one later. But it's not that you're devoid of emotion. And I think that's what these are here. We have two water signs. We have Pisces and then we have Scorpio. These are probably the two most passionate, well, not passionate. Scorpio is passionate. Pisces is more kind of free. It's like a free love, kind of. It's a mutable sign, so it can kind of go back and forth, and it can change its mind, and it can do different things and go in different directions. And Scorpio is a fixed sign, which is very different, but it is kind of a symbolic sign of sexuality. Scorpio is the sign that does rule, sexuality and that part of life. And so it's saying that, with these two signs, it's possible that you guys could be, enjoying that aspect of life and not really being too emotionally detached, but also not being cold. I like Pisces because Pisces is, Pisces loves everybody. Pisces is a really sweet sign. And it's very, very connected and empathetic. So I feel like you will be making connections, but you may not be really buckling down and making any serious decisions this year coming in. But you will have an emotional connection with somebody, but not one that gets out of hand, because this one is here saying that it's not going to get out of hand because you're not in this mindset anymore. This is kind of where you are now. This is what you've learned from last year. So it's a very well-balanced, very mature, very healthy approach to relationships next year. So what's leaving? Oh, well, we're ending this cycle, of course. I think that this is probably indicating what you're leaving behind from last year in the sense of unhealthy habits. You might be, for some of you, maybe you're leaving behind a certain distance in your life. Like if you're moving, maybe you have someone in mind, and maybe you're thinking of maybe closing the distance between the two of you. Maybe it's emotional. Maybe it's physical. But I think that this is something that's going to be closing up. But also unhealthy habits, unhealthy mindsets. You may be seeing, so for some of you, if you are partnered currently, but like maybe not really totally invested, you might be at a stage where you're thinking of leaving this connection behind. And this can also show this here. But with an ending, we also have a beginning here. So I'm thinking that this could be saying that you might be closing up some things, but also starting something new right afterwards. So this is definitely indicating an ending, but there's a reason for it, because this is a happy ending, basically, this world card, because this is kind of like, the death is like a, oh no, the Ten of Swords is like a, oh God, and then this one is like a, oh yes, this is it, that's fun, I finished, it was great. And then with this here, it's telling us that there's a new opportunity beyond this. So if for some of you, and it's going to be different for all of you, if you are with somebody right now, you may actually get married or take another step. You may go from friends to dating with somebody. You may go from dating to marriage. You may go from marriage to children, something like that. There's some kind of, or moving in together or something like that. We're seeing a new beginning, but the beginning is, like they say, it is stable, it's grounded in reality. And it kind of shows that both partners are on the same page. That's another way to see this. Because if this were cups, it's like, oh, well, emotions are nice, but sometimes we can have emotions and not be able to do anything with them. But there's a functionality in the Ace of Pentacles here. So that's actually quite good when we're seeing this is what's being left behind and this is clarifying. So I think that what's being left behind is the past, and it's going to bring you into a really bright new future. So where will you be at the end of 2021? The Fool. Doesn't that say it all? So it does look like there is some kind of freedom here. Now, for some of you, this might mean that you take that leap of faith and say you decide to take that thing where you want to get married or you want to move in together or you want to have kids. For others, this may be saying that you detach from things that you were not so attached to. By the end of the year, you may be very free. You may feel like you're able to move forward. And maybe there's going to be a bright new optimism with it. So even if something does end, there is a greater good behind it because there's a new bright optimism in front of you. So for 2022, you could be really at that point have evolved into an entirely new, better, more complete whole person. Can we clarify the Fool? Oh, Ten of Swords. I'm not going to say that this is bad because this is clarifying this here, right? So this is saying that this is sort of coming out of a situation that might have been kind of, and it's going to be different for everyone, okay? If you want a private reading with me, I can give you something more specific to you, but this is going to be a combination of a lot of people's other energies. So just beware that, by the end of the year, things may have played out in a way where the ending for some of you was not so soft. Maybe there were some hard truths that you had to learn, but from that, you are able to gain this freedom and be able to start anew. And what's great is you see this World card here. This is what you're leaving behind, and this is where you'll be. So you'll be leaving something behind, but like I said, it's going to be for the greater good. Now, for some of you, like I said, it'll be hard. But with the Fool, we're going basically full circle here because we have the first of major arcana and then the last of the major arcana. So while there may be some difficult times, you can expect that there will be something that is birthed from it. It's not going to be a dead end for you. You may be now freed to do, so much more, go different places, be a different person. And it's like this year, if you start out coupled, this can also, and this doesn't necessarily mean that you won't be coupled, okay? This can also mean that hard times that you have endured will get better. Because like I said, I don't want to say that anything bad is going to happen to anybody, with this many people, watching, because one person's Ten of Swords could be completely different from another person's Ten of Swords, okay? So just keep that in mind. And also with the Ten of Swords, there is that sense that, yes, you have hit rock bottom, but there's no place else to go but up from there. So for those of you that are seeing a situation that may gradually decline, just know that at some point it gets to the lowest it can and it can't go any further. So just keep that in mind. Now let me get an oracle card for you for advice for 2021. Can we please get advice for 2021 for group 1, please? Unfinished Symphony. So that is sort of saying that if you're seeing cycles that are coming back, like things that are happening over and over and over again, this is asking you to sort of take a look at yourself and ask, what might you be contributing to this situation to keep it returning? Let's take a look here. Hang on. I want to get a better. So let me give you the relationship message for this one. It says, moving on is difficult, and when love lingers, things are left unsaid, and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are. Make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved, and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. And the protection message, because this did kind of come out reversed for me, the protection message says, when unfinished business casts a shadow over your life, it is a reminder that procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. It is not in your best interest to stall. Even stumbling forward is better than holding back. Don't overthink things or let yourself get distracted. Just tie up any loose ends and deliver the results. Don't quit before the finish line. Spirits wants you to win. So that is your message for the year to come. And I think it's fairly clear. So if there is an ending here, you want to make sure that you do tie up loose ends. And that could be just something that's coming from the last year. This can make your year so much better if you're able to tie up loose ends. Just take an inventory of your current relationships, the current way that you're feeling, the current way that you're acting, and ask yourself, is this something that is going to eventually fall apart? Or is this something that that you can improve? Because for some, it will be something that'll probably fall apart, and you may just need to make the decision to rip that Band-Aid off and get that out of the way so that you can actually have a fresh year where you don't need to worry about that. So I think that's kind of what the message might be here. If things have changed and you're in a relationship, maybe you should consider trying to get that closure. If you haven't if you haven't received that closure from another person, give that closure to yourself so that you can move on. And from there, you'll have a very bright new year to work with. So I would say, don't delay. Enjoy your life today. And if you need to, sweep out the mess. So I want to thank you for watching Group 1. If you want a private reading with me, you can get me in my Etsy shop. My link is in the description below. And if you liked my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am trying to get to 8,000 subscribers this year. So at the least. So if you could do that, I would really appreciate it. And I wish you the best 2021 that you can possibly have. Thanks for watching. Hi, Group 2. This is for those of you that have picked the Mystical Tarot. This is your reading. So, how are you going to be doing in 2021 when it comes to love and relationships? So, what is your current love situation that you're in coming out of 2021? What good is coming in to 2021 in regards to your love life? Ho, 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 ho. That's good. That's really good. What is leaving your life in 2021? Love life, rather. And where will you be by the end of 2021? So, where you are right now, we have the Queen of Cups. This is representing you here. You are maybe, emotionally invested in something, perhaps. And it's possible that this is... it's kind of interesting because she's somebody that cares a lot, but she's kind of, I won't say guarded, but she makes sure that she does not get too invested. Not saying like she's like bitter or anything like that, or she's waiting for disappointment. It's like she just knows how to handle it in a really balanced sort of way. So she cares about a lot of people, but she does not over care. Clarify the Queen of Cups. Judgment. This can show that maybe there is some kind of big change that might have happened, or some kind of big information that might have been dropped in 2021 that may have sort of set the stage for this year. For some of you, maybe this is some kind of revival, or maybe feelings are returning for somebody, or maybe feelings were expressed. Okay, we got the Empress. I wonder if some of you might have heard that maybe a past love interest, or somebody that you were interested in, might have, like, maybe they might have gotten married or gotten pregnant, or they might have had a baby since then. And it's sort of, I wonder if that was sort of this big announcement. And it's interesting because when you get that type of news, it's kind of like, well, it's obviously a game changer if somebody you know is now committed and ready to take care of a child together. So I feel like it's pushed you into a state of review and reflection, and I think that's probably where you're at right now, is at a state where you're wondering, okay, well, I guess that's a dead end. Where do I go from here, maybe? Now, for some of you, I wonder if maybe you are pregnant. That could be a case as well. And maybe it was a situation where you're not with the father, and perhaps you're still interested in, finding someone when the time arises. That could also be a situation I'm looking at, because the Empress is a mother figure. For others, maybe this is saying that maybe a mother figure in your life has been sort of keeping you from the romantic happiness you're looking for, or maybe they've been pushing you, or there's just some kind of influence from this other person, but it's like a maternal sort of person, if that makes sense. So what's coming in? Well, I'm not going to get too crazy, but this is the Lovers card, which is pretty darn good. However, it also talks about a choice. That is the other meaning here. It talks about harmony and balance between masculine and feminine and all these other things. So I'm not going to go off the rails and say right away that it's saying it's a full-on commitment, but let's take a look. This is what good is coming in, though. So it's obviously good in some way. What good is coming in? Clarify the Lovers for what good is coming in 2021. Knight of Swords. One more card, please. Ten of Swords. So it's what's good is coming in. So none of these cards can be bad because they're talking about good things coming in. So it definitely looks like there's a choice. There could be somebody that's come along that you do have to pick or decide. It's kind of like you might have to decide whether you want to go with them or not. We have the Knight of Swords, and so this person could be a Gemini. That's one of them. So this person could be quite intellectual, really well spoken. This person could be very good with debating and things like that. This can talk about maybe winning an argument, or choosing to forego having an argument, or maybe choosing to end something, perhaps. Let me see the Ten of Swords. Can we clarify the Ten of Swords? Maybe choosing to cut someone out that you really don't want in your life. The Knight is only male, but it could be anybody. Maybe this is a friend that isn't very nice to you, or somebody that kind of holds you back. Clarify the Ten of Swords. The King of Swords. Well, yeah, this looks like you're making a good decision in regards to somebody. And this person honestly kind of looks like they're not that nice to you. The Knight of Swords, as somebody that you want to like 10 of Swords out of your life, this person can be really like judgmental, and with the King of Swords can also be quite harsh. We also are seeing the King of Swords too. But this also could be you. And in another way to look at this could be you. You could be making the decision to end a behavior that maybe was not helping you find somebody. This could be, maybe you are an argumentative person who likes to debate. Maybe you can be a little bit distant and maybe a little bit harsh at times. In some cases, maybe you're a very harsh judge, and it's like if you have someone come into your life and they don't fit the bill that you're looking for, if they don't fit that checklist, you might just cut them out with no mercy and just be like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Get out of here. You might be approaching it with maybe a different look, or a different approaching it differently next year, and that you might actually be either more decisive or more discerning, or you may pull back on some kind of personality trait that may not be doing so great. So you kind of it's like a refinement. But it's a choice. It's a willing choice. Like nothing is going to come around and shame you into making this choice. This is you taking a moment, looking at yourself and going, hey, maybe this is what I'm looking for. Now, for some of you, you might be coming out of a relationship this year, but this could also be saying that this person is coming in very quickly afterwards. That is that Gemini person, but he's also this King of Swords. So that's another way to see this. This very well could mean love this year. But it could be saying that something's going to have to end, though, before this person comes in. This also shows that you could probably climb back up out of that well that you might be feeling like you're in right now. You might be climbing up out of that well and making a recovery and finding someone this year. So what's leaving your life? Well, we got the Page of Wands. Well, I want to say that this is like a little bit of a immature sort of aspect of you that might be leaving, or an immature person that might be leaving your life. Clarify? 8. What will be leaving? I mean, this can also be a person that maybe you had around for a while, but they decide to leave because they feel it's best for them. That's something that we could be seeing here. That 8 of Cups, the 8 of Cups could also be you willingly leaving something behind, but it's for the greater good, of course, because, and it's almost kind of like a separation that might be mutual and not a shock, really. It looks like it could be something that's not quite so shocking. What will you be walking away from, though? Oh, we've got Justice and we got the High Priestess. We have Libra and we also have Pisces here. What you'll be walking away from. For some things, some people, this could be some kind of legal thing. This could be some kind of ethical battle. Some kind of balance issue, maybe, like in the sense that you might be either less quiet about your feelings or you might be more reserved about your feelings. It depends on who you are. But that looks like something that we could be leaving behind. Also, with stuff that you could be leaving behind, you could be leaving behind like issues with your own, maybe issues with your own sexuality, perhaps, because that is something that the High Priestess can represent. You can leave behind self-doubts as well. With this Justice card, you may have a situation that is unfair, and maybe you choose to not fight it. You could choose to let it go, and just be clear of it, because this is a sacrifice here. So you might have a grudge with somebody, maybe that you don't want to let go of, but you might choose to let it go based on just what's best for you. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So, where did this come from? 10 of Wands. Well, whatever it is that you're trying to get rid of this, that will be, removed from your life this year, it's not going to be something that you're going to be upset to leave behind, because it's kind of weighing on your mind right now and it's bothering you. And it may be hindering your work. You might not be able to focus on what it is that you're doing every day because you are so maybe caught up in a person or a thought or a situation that happened. So maybe it's this. Maybe there's a grudge here because of something that happened over here. And maybe this is saying that you're going to leave that behind. You're going to just choose to not be mad about it anymore. So where will you be at the end of 2021? Well, you'll be at the Two of Wands, which is not bad because it looks like you've gone through a bit of a development throughout the year, and you might have had some endings but had a fresh beginning. And from there, you'll be kind of looking out to see what else is there for you. So 2022 could be a very optimistic year for you. Clarify the Two of Wands. Oh, I dropped a card. Oh, wow. Okay, Two of Wands. I feel like you're going to be reinvigorated, renewed, and optimistic, because you do have the Six of Wands and then the Nine of Coins. So this is kind of taking the assets that you have and sort of flaunting them, or realizing the assets you have and really realizing them, though. You could have had these things your entire life, but it will be only until this year that you notice that you have them, and that from there you can proceed with this, really positive self-esteem. You may be out there in the world, in the public eye or whatever, getting the attention that you deserve. People might actually start to know, to know your name, to see you, to realize that you're there, to realize that you're attractive and really, you're ideal. You are somebody that needs to be scooped up before it's too late, because this Nine of Pentacles shows us that somebody who's got a lot of value. And it's interesting because this can also show us some discipline here also. And the discipline here could be working on yourself, working on your body, and succeeding at it. You might have already succeeded at it. If you're trying to, improve your health before you really get involved romantically, this could be saying by the end of the year, you will have achieved that. And from there, you'll be able to step forward into something new. And that's where you're going to be starting out in 2022, is with this really advantageous position where you can go and maybe you have a lot more opportunity and a lot more options. So let's take a card for advice for you. What's the card of advice for Group 2 for 2021? Advice for the year for them, to help them through the year. Happy. This is talking about literally just being happy for the moment that you're in right now. What do you have to be thankful for? Where are you at right now? Maybe you want to take into account how you're feeling on a daily basis, rather than trying to figure out how you'll feel in the future, or working today to feel better in the future rather than feeling better now. That's one of the things here. Let me read the thingamajig here. 1 second. 26. Where it is. 26. There are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with, and you know that your heart is wide open to befriend, to love, and to care for another without wanting anything in return. This is the kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right where you stand. Be grateful and delight in your relationship. And if you're seeking one, be happy now. Happiness attracts more of itself, like bees to honey. So yeah, that's sort of that like attracts like information that you usually get with the law of attraction. So if you want that happiness, you can do it today. Attract it today by simply being happy with where you're at. Because, even if you're waiting at the line in a DMV or something like that, and someone's there with you, and they could come up to you and say, hello, how are you? But if you're sitting there scowling because you're uncomfortable right now, they may not be so inclined to speak to you. And it's like we keep these feelings on us and we wear them on us, whether we're aware of it or not. So in any situation where maybe you're being inconvenienced, or maybe you're just feeling like not 100% or not happy, I'm not telling you to force yourself to be happy, but maybe be a little bit conscious of how you can feel comfortable right now. So if you're in the line at the DMV and you're bored and you're like, oh my God, I hate being here, just maybe try to recenter yourself and say, well, what am I doing right now? Well, I'm not at work, or you can say I'm not, like I'm not outside waiting outside. That's a good thing. Or you could, look around and be like, how many fashionable people are around here? Oh, I like their shoes, that sort of thing. So try to reframe your daily experiences so that you're not hanging out in a negative headspace, because whether or not you believe it, or whether or not you think you're showing it, you probably are to a degree. So just try to relax and, smell the flowers, stop to smell the roses, and just be happy where you are at that moment in time. And people like that will come to you. So I want to thank you for watching Group 2. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can get me in my Etsy shop. My link is in the description box below. And I want to wish you a very happy 2021. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Hi, Group 3. I almost missed the wrong number, or said the wrong number. So Group 3, what's coming into 2021 this year? Where are you leaving first? We'll start with that. What are you leaving behind, or where are you coming from? Your current situation. Sorry, I'm going to answer all these questions, just not in that order. So what are you where are you at this moment in your life after 2021 or 2020? Where are you coming out of? What are you coming out of? The Devil. Okay, you might have had some pretty strong bonds to something. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that, for some of you, yes, it can mean a toxic situation. For some of you, it can mean a purely sexual situation. We could also be seeing just an obligation or something, or some kind of thing that you're chained to or stuck to or just can't shake. Let me pull the rest of these cards, though. So what good is coming in 2021? What good is coming your way in 2021? What are you leaving behind? And where will you be by the end of 2021? Okay. So, like I said, so we have the Devil card here. This is a bond. This is something very strong, but also could be quite negative. Something that is, honestly, could be sucking the life out of you. And that's where you are right now. You may feel very stuck. Let me see. Clarify the Devil. Yes. You could be stuck in you could be limited by a person, or you could be limited by finances, or literally limited by the environment that you're in. For some of you, if you are locked up, this could be a COVID situation where you have a difficulty trying to connect with other people because you literally can't. You can't, it's just very hard for some. For some of you, maybe you're immune compromised and you can't get out of the house no matter how hard you try, or whether or not you're wearing a mask. It's like you just can't play games with that. But I'm seeing somebody who's feeling very confined. The Four of Pentacles can represent the corners of a room. So, for some of you, you are feeling very shackled to where you live, or shackled to your house, or your family, or something. Let's see. You shackled to your security, mostly. Any more details on this? I'm seeing a bossy person. Bossy man. So maybe you're shackled to your job, or shackled to this person here. and even if, I mean, this could be somebody that that you're very connected to, whether or not you want to be, or it's still sort of dragging you down, regardless of who this person is. It could be your father, it could be your boss, it could be a male friend, or even just anybody that kind of lords over you and tries to control you. The Emperor is an Aries, so think of maybe in this context, the Aries may be somebody who's very controlling and arrogant and stubborn. We also see the Capricorn energy here too. So there is this material vibe, not really working in the highest energy here. We're seeing some pretty low, I hate to say low vibe. I don't use vibrational things usually, but this is the language I guess I'm feeling like using. So this may resonate for some of you. But yeah, low vibrational, something not really, it's negative. I'll just say what it is. It's negative. Now, what's interesting is the Emperor here can also represent your government. So if there's no man or even just dominating woman in your life, this could be your government literally telling you not to go someplace. So if you're in London, not right now, you're not really able to go anywhere. And that's kind of what you're coming out of in 2020, because we still haven't resolved a lot of the issues that happened in 2020. So that is your current energy at this moment in time. Now, what good is coming into your life? Well, we got 7 of Pentacles. So it's a very quiet card. It's a decision to give up sometimes, but this is a good thing. So let's see, why is this a good thing? Why is the 7 of Pentacles a good thing? The Empress. Well, the Empress in her positive energy is very creative. She represents children. She represents nice, enjoyable things in life, luxury, artwork, creativity. There's a lot of stuff here. So I'm wondering if in your emotional life you might be maybe fueling your energy into something else, or deciding to, this is strange. What's coming in? What's coming in to group 3's life? That's good. Clarify the 7. I mean, you're taking stock. I mean, that's good, but it's like, sometimes when I think of the Empress, I think of a treasure chest, because she is abundance, they say. So you may be addressing, now this is abundance, but it's also physical beauty, I want to say. So I wonder if you're going to be making some kind of calculated changes to your physical appearance, and it will be for the better, and actually might get you more attention. I don't usually like to say that people who change themselves will suddenly have a better life, but this change may actually benefit you in some way and get you more attention and more good luck, actually. So even if this isn't necessarily a physical change, this could be a change in how you spend your money that is affecting your romantic life, or it's going to be some kind of positive change in how you, I'm wondering if maybe some of you might be getting some kind of positive female coming in for some of you. If you guys are looking for a female, this could be showing that this person is coming in, or that maybe somebody is going to make a decision to be moving towards you with this Empress energy. Now, if it's not necessarily a female, this could be just a Taurus person. It's a Venus ruled card, so it's Taurus or Libra. And I'm wondering if this is saying that someone is making a decision on you, or something that's very favorable, and it's going to change things for the better. Whatever, it's very vague what this is. Any more details as to what this positive thing is? The Magician. I think it might be you. I think you're going to do something or change something or make the decision to get what you want. In a love reading, the Empress is very good. I'm wondering... I wonder if maybe there's some change in your status or your social status or something, or, maybe you're becoming more visible if you're some kind of performer or an artist or something. Maybe you're becoming more visible and garnering more attention, and as a result, people are noticing you and maybe wanting to see you or wanting to get to know you better, perhaps. But this is you taking efforts into your own hands as well with the Magician. So maybe you're going to be going out and actually pursuing people on your own. You might come out of this energy and you'll be like, I will not sit and let things happen to me. I'm going to go and do it, make things happen for myself. I can't deal with this anymore. That's sort of what I'm seeing here. So what's going to be leaving your life? We got the Six of Swords. Well, let's clarify this one first. We could be seeing bad emotions that are leaving your life. The Star. What's leaving your life? It doesn't necessarily have to be bad or good, but I also got the Death here. All of these cards can talk about recovery and change. And I'm wondering if there is some kind of negative feeling or negative aspect of your life that is going to be leaving, or if you're in a bad headspace where you have to be in this state of healing and trying to be in a healing mentality, that may come to a close. And while I do have the Death card here, I'm seeing it coming to a natural conclusion. So there's some kind of situation where maybe you're trying to get out of something. You're trying to feel better. You're trying to remain optimistic. And I feel like this Death card is saying that the need for these things, the need to constantly be like, oh, I'm healing. I'm doing the work, doing the healing. I'm doing, like how everybody says, you got to do the work. You got to heal. Maybe that actually comes to a close. Maybe that necessity for constant healing, constant self-improvement, maybe that is something that is coming to a close. And this could be good or bad. It really depends on who you are and what your situation is. Maybe for some of you, you give up. But maybe for a lot of you, you realize that you don't need to. Or maybe the stress of constantly trying to recover or heal or improve, or, maybe that stress that you have that, might fuel you to continue to do those things, or, and it's like healing and therapy and all that's really great. But sometimes we push ourselves too hard to get better right away, to give us instant results. And when we get stuck in this headspace that we have to be positive, we have to be, high vibrational, and we have to, attract and manifest and not think negative thoughts. This might be honestly you giving yourself a break, and that you don't have to constantly be pursuing healing for someone to find you. And that's a big thing, is people should love you even if you are a little damaged. It's okay. And maybe that's the mentality that you're going to be leaving behind, is this mentality that you have to 100% love yourself before anyone can love you. That is a huge myth. Having good self-esteem does attract more people to you, but there is this myth that you shouldn't even bother if you don't have, you shouldn't even bother if you're not already loving yourself 100%, and people put off their lives waiting for the day when they're good enough for everyone else. Healed enough for everyone else. It's like you might be withholding yourself from society, waiting for you to have all the answers and have a straight direction in life and understanding yourself. And it's like a ceaseless endeavor. And I think that you might be at the stage this year where you're like, you know what? No, it's okay that that I'm not perfect, that I'm not completely healed or completely recovered or, any of that stuff. You might say, well, I'm going to work on myself, but I'm also going to try to actually, meet people, So if you've been withholding from yourself because you want to be healthier mentally, physically, whatever, I think you're going to say no. Today is here today, and every day that you leave behind, working on this honestly, it's a lifelong thing. You're never gonna finish this quest. I think you'll realize that. And I think that from that perspective, you'll be able to move forward. And that's where the true healing comes from, probably. So where will you be at the end of 2021? Well, Queen of Pentacles could be you or somebody coming into your life if you're looking for a woman. This person is a Capricorn, and she's very, very good in the home. She's domestic, but she's also very good at having a little business. She's very giving and very kind. This could be you going out there and nurturing other people through your own experiences. Maybe you're now able to take care of other people. Hang on. I dropped my cards. You may be, very focused on your material security, yes, but you also might have enough material security that you can maybe relax a little bit. Can we clarify the well, that's interesting. We've got the Chariot. Let's take a look more. Where will Group 3 be at the end of 2021, love-wise? You might be going out to pursue things. Yeah. Chariot. Four of Swords. Honestly, I think somebody might be coming to you. Because Four of Swords is kind of like, we have the card of rest. We have this woman sitting, but we have the Chariot. Four of Swords could say that someone's coming to you. Clear for the Chariot. Seven of Wands. Yeah, maybe somebody's standing up for the challenge to go and get to you. Because we have this seated person here. Now, either you're willing to stand up to the challenge and go and get what you want, or someone else is ready to stand up for the challenge and get what they want from you. And with the Seven of Wands, it may seem like a daunting task, but somebody is willing to overcome the odds to be with the other. So however that resonates to you, and actually you probably won't know this, what this is talking about by the end of next year, or by the end of this year, because there's a whole story, there's a whole 12 months of your personal storyline that you got to get through to get to here. So who knows who this is? This could be you or someone else. But I feel like, honestly, Four of Swords can also talk about being revitalized, coming out of this rest period with new, invigorated energy. With the Seven of Wands, it's definitely, it definitely looks like there is some task that's like being sent to you that'll be difficult. Maybe it's getting over anxiety to go and talk to people or meet people. Maybe it's just like, even though your life might be very hectic, you're still willing to go and meet new people. Or like I said, there's a person that's going to fight for you, or you'll fight for them. So I do think that there's someone in the future here for you coming in 2021. So let me take an oracle card here for your advice going into 2021. What is Group 3's advice going into 2021, please? What is Group 3's advice? We've got Orphaned as advice. So this is going to be helping you get through the year, whatever this advice is. Orphan does have a thing about kind of like a woe is me attitude. You want to be careful with that, but let me read you the actual description. It says, as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support but may feel disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you are on you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows you and loves you and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are, without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. Now, didn't I just say that with this? That I think that you may give up the constant need to change, or the constant need to improve or be better or live your best life. I think that you're going to give yourself a break. And maybe because that whole live your best life thing, while it's very honest and has a really like sort of positive meaning, but it just, maybe it's making you work too hard at something that doesn't need to be thought about that much. So that is kind of what I'm thinking. So I feel like you will be leaving that behind, and there won't be this pressure to be positive. Not necessarily like being negative is good, but allowing yourself to feel negative emotions, I think, will be really important to you this year. Allowing yourself to feel negative emotions and happy emotions, and not letting them consume you, but kind of letting them flow through you and disappear when they're done. And you don't have to try to heal yourself out of negative emotions. You may learn to cope with them. And I think that's probably what I've been trying to say the whole time. But you may be able to learn to cope with these things instead of trying to eliminate them. But I think that when you do that, it may free you up to be less stressed and less anxious or worried or just generally stressed out to complete this, to fix this, to be better. It's giving yourself a break. And as a result, you're going to meet somebody this way. I don't know how point A is going to lock up to point B, but I think that it will at least set you on your way. Now, I know that this is the wrong community to be giving this kind of advice, I feel, because it's very people, like to promote, living your best life. But man, that can be tough when they don't tell you what that exactly means, So I think you're going to get some perspective this year. So anyway, thank you for watching Group 3. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can get me in Etsy. My link is in the description box below. If you enjoy my reading, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. I'm going to move on to Group 4. Hi, Group 4. This is you. For those of you that picked Morgan Greer, this is your reading. So let's take a look at 2021 for you, Group 4. Let's see. Where are you leaving? How are you leaving 2020? What energy romantically are you in leaving 2020? 10 of Wands, carrying around something very difficult. Let's see what good is coming in real quick. That's a good. This is good. This section is good. So whatever comes in here is good. Don't panic. It is the Tower. Don't panic. Leaving. What is leaving your life? What negativity might be leaving your life? That's good. Where will you be at the end of 2021? How are you going to finish this year? 2 of Pentacles. Okay. So currently, the energy that you're in is the 10 of Wands. This could be saying that you are carrying around a very substantial burden. Maybe you're carrying around a lot of feelings for someone that you can't give them, or maybe you're carrying around some guilt in regards to a situation that you're in romantically. For some of you, maybe you are, carrying a guilty heart, or what is it called? Not a guilty heart, a broken heart. For some of you, you might have more than one person you're interested in, and you're not really sure what to do with it. Lucky you, right? The world. This is where you're at. So I think that you might be at the end of this issue. I mean, we have a 10. We have 2 endings here. So something is finished off. How appropriate that it finished off by the end of 2020, right? But yeah, this looks like maybe you had quite a bit going on in your life when it comes to love and romance. You might have, like I said, had more than one person. You might have had more than one relationship. You might have had a ton of like crippling affection for somebody. And what's interesting is with the World card is if you're single, you've decided to cast this off. If you are not single, you might have developed this in some way and it's gone in some positive direction. Another way to see this is, maybe this is the negative light too. Hang on. Can we please, hang on. Okay. Can we please get a card here to show where they're at currently? The Magician. Okay, I don't think that there's a negative thing here. I think that you are definitely positive in a positive place. I mean, 2020 really sucked, but it was quite transformative for a lot of people for a ton of reasons. Here we've got Aries, Virgo, and Gemini. And I'm thinking that maybe this is you deciding to take action. Magician is about willpower. He's about kind of picking yourself up by your bootstraps and saying, I'm going to make lemonade out of lemons. I'm going to do what I need to do to feel better. I need to drop these stupid rods. I need to move on with my life, and I need to find the things that I really deserve. And this is that mindset where you're like, I am capable of doing it too. So this is a pretty positive transformation. And this was interesting is everybody coming out of 2020 is kind of in the same energy of like, screw you 2020. I'm going to have a better year. I can do this. It's very interesting because the troubles that we all had in 2020 has kind of empowered everybody. So you're coming into 2021 with this really incredible energy that I can only describe as chutzpah. You got some really, really incredible chutzpah. So what good is coming into your life? Well, we got the Tower card. So I'm going to need a clarifier. Can we clarify the Tower card? What the good is coming into Group 4's life? Knight of Pentacles. This might be a scenario. Well, I honestly think that this is going to be some kind of... interesting. If there's somebody that you were really waiting on this last year, and maybe that's who this person is here, they may actually shock you. I want to say they might actually show up and shock you, and it's going to change everything. In some cases with the Hierophant here, I'm wondering if they're going to change how you see things in a spiritual way. That's a very personal thing. So that's going to be different for everyone. But I feel like this person's going to say something or do something. This is Taurus. This is Virgo, by the way. Someone might send you something, or, there might be some kind of love letter or love message or something that comes in that really changes your mind about the way you're thinking about someone. So this doesn't necessarily have to be the person you were waiting for over here. This could be somebody else that you already know that you're sort of taken aback by. They might get some kind of weird confession from someone you wouldn't have considered. Can we clarify what the Hierophant is here? Queen of Swords. This is a Libra. Hierophant might be a person. For some of you, you might be getting a divorce. That's another way to see this. For some of you, you might be getting a divorce. It's a positive destruction. I'm seeing the institution of marriage here with the Hierophant. I'm seeing the Queen of Swords, which honestly is a bit of an advisor. So for some of you, you might, maybe the Page of Cups is like, I'm not taking reversals, but maybe that's a divorce. Maybe it's like a divorce, paperwork or something, and this is what's good though, because this is what you want. So if it's not a divorce, don't worry about it. If not, it's probably somebody coming in that you were not expecting. But this is a communication with the Queen of Swords as well. So somebody comes in and they're being quite clear, and it's going to change your mind about what the heck is going on. And what's interesting is the Hierophant in this sort of tipsy, topsy-turvy energy is like He's kind of a kooky inventor in his reversal when he's surrounded by cards that kind of imply it. So there might be a new way of thinking about something. It's a new way to think about dating. I mean, it's the kooky inventor. Like he's the opposite of the conservative Hierophant archetype, and he's the reverse. So this could be like, one example is, it's somebody who's thinking of something in a new way. So maybe you go from being a monogamous person to suddenly being a swinger or a polyamorous person. And, suddenly it's like there's no rules, and it's not necessarily saying anything bad. But, the Tower card is also, I actually think that's Mars energy. But when I see this, I'm thinking of this sort of like crazy sort of new way of thinking about things. So there's a lot of potential here for what this could be. But whatever it is, you're going to start thinking about life a lot differently. You're going to be thinking about relationships and yourself and everything in a completely new light. What's leaving your life? So the negativity leaving your life, I would say, is this Nine of Swords. Self-doubt, worries, sleepless nights, anxiety. These things are leaving. Indecision. It looks like, if you've been losing sleep for the last year, trying to figure out if you should do something or not do something, or say something, not say something, if you need to make a choice, you may be leaving this indecision behind. You may not be making any kind of decision. You might be just leaving the scenario altogether. But whatever it is, this is for the better. Ace of Swords. Overthinking, speaking, the things leaving your life might be an intense feeling, very intense anxiety, sadness, or worry, intense confusion, or worry about what to do. That could be leaving here. You might have we got the Justice card. Now, if like I said, if there's going to be a legal situation this year, and it's something that is happening, that it's going to be coming in, I feel like it's going to be resolved in the year. So it's going to come and it's going to go within the year. I don't think it's going to be drawn out. It might be very quick if that's what you're looking for. If you're carrying this over from 2020, you might be ending it this year too as well, even though it might be stretching on. So that's another thing here. But if you're analyzing, if you're angsting about right and wrong, I think that you're going to just not worry about it anymore. Like if you're angsting about what was right or what was wrong, or what you said or what you did, the thing you might have said, the thing that you might have made a mistake on, whatever it is, this is going to even out. You're going to find your center again, and you're going to be leaving that negative emotion, those regrets and that guilt behind. So where will you be by the end of 2021? Well, we got the two of Pentacles. So, I mean, this looks like very busy. For some of you, you might be juggling more than one love interest. Can I get a clarifier for the Two of Pentacles? Did I just get something flip? No, nothing flipped. I thought I heard it. Clarify the Two of Pentacles, please. Oh, pile 4, you dog. You might be spending more time with other people. You might be having some very playful moments with other people. When you leave 2021, you're going to probably have more than 1 or 2 or 3 options. Who knows? You might have more messages coming in. You might be managing more people. I feel like a lot of you might be leaving a situation, and once you get free, suddenly there's no limitations. And you're kind of, and look at this, though, you have the Hierophant here. It's like this conservative mindset is going to maybe be thrown out the window, and you may be thinking, oh heck no, I'm never gonna do any of these things. But like, you're gonna have a new way of thinking, and you're not gonna see it coming. And by the end, it's gonna have you with more options, more friendships, more relationships, more outings, more travel even. It looks pretty exciting, actually. I'm just going to leave it at that. I think that it's going to be pretty great. And I think with the Two of Pentacles, I'm sensing this is going to be a lot of messages in, messages out. So I think there's going to be quite a bit of communication here. Wow, that's pretty positive. So let's see here. Let's get you some advice to go through 2021 with. Can I get some advice for group 4 to get them through 2021 this year? Can I get some advice for group 4 to get them through 2021? What did I get? Serendipity. I don't even know if this is very much advice here. Serendipity is sort of like a, hey, these things are good for a reason. These things are happening for a reason. It's kind of like talking about fated events, but let me take a look. Serendipity. It says, Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. So that's pretty good. Let's see. I feel like I should read the regular oracle message too. So it says, you've stepped into alignment with the greater good where your dreams and collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. So yeah, guys, this is kind of saying that things are going to clear up. If you're coming into 2021 with some baggage, that'll clear up. And honestly, this advice is kind of just like live and enjoy your life and accept the changes that come, because everything happens for a reason. So that's pretty much the basic gist of it. So I want to thank you for watching group 4. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can get me in my Etsy shop. My link is in the description below. And if you like my content, I am trying to get to 8,000 subscribers. That is my New Year's resolution. So if you want to help me with that, please subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Hey, group 5. This is last but not least. You have the Ethereal Visions Tarot. So let's take a look. What's coming in for your 2021? So where are you at right now? That's kind of what I want to see first, is what you're coming out of. Where's group 5 coming out of this year? The Hanged Man. What good is coming in romance? What is leaving your life this year? Negativity is leaving your life this year when it comes to love and romance. Where will you be by the end of 2021? Okay, interesting. So the energy that you're in right now is the Hanged Man. So this could be showing just a time of little to no activity. So, maybe you're single, voluntarily celibate, or just, hanging around, not really looking for anything. I don't really see you doing like a lot of searching. I don't even think that you're really pursuing anything at this moment in time. You probably got some kind of obligations that tie you back, maybe kids, maybe family, maybe other spouses, maybe other spouses, more than one spouse. Not spouses, but other partners that you might be tied to, but you're not totally into, perhaps, and that's why you're here. Or maybe you're not looking because you are in a devoted, connected relationship, and maybe that's kind of what's going on. But let me take a look here. Clarify the Hanged Man. High Priestess. I feel like this is solitude. I feel like this is solitude here, and you're not, I I don't think that you are really super invested in finding anyone. You're kind of quiet. You might have some certain issues that you're trying to get your head around. Maybe some of you might have had a traumatic experience this year, and you're not really open to anything right now, but you're kind of taking that first step by doing this reading. But you might be trying to get your head around some things that might have happened this year, and you may not be completely sure how you want to do things. You're kind of seeing life through a different lens at this point, based on the events of 2020, and I think that's sort of what you're grappling with. I don't see you talking to a whole lot of people. I guess I'll take this one. The World. Okay, yeah, you definitely are having some kind of change of pace, a change of perspective, and the World shows that it's not necessarily bad. For some of you, might have difficulty moving on from something as well. You're there, you're almost ready to do it. Like, the situation may have gotten bad, but now you're you might be forced to address it in a healthy way. And it's kind of manifesting here as the World card. But for some of you, you've done this. But for another group of you, you may not be ready to let go just yet. So, what good is coming into your life in romance and love this year? We have the Page of Swords. Honestly, you could be getting a message coming in. You may meet a younger person who's very intelligent, someone that you might be speaking with. They might be much younger than you. Can I clarify this? Oops. Maybe somebody that you've been wanting to talk to for a long time, you can finally talk to them. Or maybe you're willing to do what it takes to make this happen, or do whatever it takes to go out and begin to speak to people. The Four of Pentacles. So because this is positive, I think that you're going to, I definitely think this is you kind of releasing these coins. You have them in your hands, and because there's so much lack of movement here, I really feel like this Four of Pentacles is talking about you removing that blockage, and because this is positive, this whole setting is what is positive here. So with this, you see how she's got the coin on her head and in her hands, and she's holding both of these down with her feet. And I feel like for you, instead of being so closeted or trying to keep your everything in order, try to keep everything safe and sound with you, I feel like you're going to be releasing this, and by releasing this dead weight, you are going to be able to move freely, do whatever it is you want, stand up to whoever it is you want. I really think that you will be empowered. And I think, though, that this person here may be coming in to relieve you of this energy. I didn't ask a question, cards. Hang on. Can we clarify the Page of Swords? Clarify the Page of Swords for good coming in. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I think this is somebody that you might meet in some sort of meeting or something, or someone that you work with, or someone that you get together with in some way. You might see them regularly. They may help you out with something. You may ask them for help with something, because I'm seeing a collaborative effort here. So if it's not a person that's coming into your life, if you're comfortable with this idea, you might be asking for someone to help you, maybe asking someone to set you up, or asking somebody to maybe like a matchmaker or something. So that's kind of positive, I would say. So what are you leaving behind? 10 of Pentacles. So this is really interesting. This type of negativity you're leaving behind is doing stuff for other people. It's like being married for society, not necessarily for yourself. Doing the things that you do for family and culture and stuff like that. So it's like you might be currently letting your romantic life be dictated by your parents or your grandparents, or or where you work, or maybe society says you're not supposed to like someone of the same gender, and this is saying that you might be leaving that taboo, or not that taboo, but you might be leaving those structures behind that keep you back, that keep holding you back. Knight of Wands, yeah. Hang on. I didn't say anything. Clarify the 10 one more time, please. Clarify the 10, please. 2 of Wands. I think you're going to stop watching from the sidelines is what I'm seeing. And I think that you're going to be getting out there and you're going to be achieving what you want, getting what you want, and as much as you want. And you're going to be doing it more than normal. For some of you, though, I do think that the Knight of Wands could be saying that there might be someone that, if someone's bullying you and trying to impose these on you, this is a Sagittarius, by the way, if they're trying to impose something on you, I don't think you're going to let them. And I think you'll let their, domination of you kind of get pushed to the side. I don't think you're going to let them. That's what's leaving. So this is negativity that is leaving. I also think that you're going to stop being indecisive and wishy-washy. I think that you're going to be able to stand up for yourself this year, and you're going to be able to tell people what it is that you want. So for some of you, maybe you're coming out of the closet. For some people, maybe you're going to tell your parents or tell your family like how you feel and who you are, and you're going to live like that. You're going to live by that, that openness. And that's for some of you. For others, this is just going to say, I'm not going to keep it together for the kids anymore, because say like you're married or something and you're sticking together for the kids, but the kids see you argue all the time and you're like, who am I really doing this for? So for some of you, you might be tossing that aside. Others, like I said, if someone says, I don't want you marrying someone who's a different race or a different religion, you're going to say, I don't care. So I really see this very free, this free energy from you here that's going to be given to you, rather. Not that you're going to be losing it. You're going to be losing the negativity that impedes you from your success. So where are you going to be at the end of 2021? Well, we got the Emperor. This is you. This is Aries, by the way. Where are you going to be? I mean, this could be you, but this could also be a new partner. This is a very masculine energy. This person is very traditional. They are very strong, and so if this is a woman, if you're a woman looking for a man, this man may be more traditional, or this could be you in this energy of demanding and acquiring and getting out and doing what you want. This could be proactive, but I do see though that for some of you this could be an actual person. Let me clarify. Can I clarify the Emperor? I got the Sun. Holy sorry, I got the Sun, I got the Magician, and then I got the Star. This might be something really quite big for you. By the end of the year, next year, you might be in a really positive space. Oh my gosh. This is big. So this might be a really large year for you. Not a large year, but an important year for you. We got the Sun, which is Leo. We got the Emperor, which is Aries. We got the Magician, which is Aries, Virgo, and Gemini. And then we got the Star, which is at Aquarius. I feel like this is you taking things into your own hands. I think that also this could indicate a person, like I said. I feel like you might be going toe-to-toe with this Emperor. So maybe there's someone that you'll meet that will be really intimidating, but you might actually just go up to them and say, hey, this is who I am. I don't care how frightening you are. And, be like, I'm interested in you. And so this person may be like, oh, okay, well, now you realize that Maybe this person isn't who you thought they were with the Sun card, and then the Magician is sort of saying that from there, there's, some planning or some working that could be planning or getting some things in order. And the Star card, though, says, is this just something that you might not have expected? Like you wanted it, but you didn't think it would actually happen, because the Star is about your goals and aspirations and your dreams and things. And here it is showing up, showing this really positive, bright hope for the future. So this person you might be meeting might be very prominent in your life. This could be somebody that you wind up spending the rest of your life with. And because if you can see, this is very like earth-shattering here. What else do I see? For others, this could also, the Sun here could be saying that you're going to finally be confident with who you are. The Sun is expressing your personality unapologetically, being you, and not having to make any excuses for who you are. And I think that the Star could also be here saying that you're going to kind of rise to that status, that goal, that ideal that you want to be. I think you're going to achieve that, and you're going to be doing it in a way that makes you look good. Like you're not gonna. And that's the thing, is maybe you might be accepted for whatever changes that you want to make to your personality. You might be worried that might be what's happening. Like you might worry that you will be turned down, or it might blow up in your face. But I think that this might be showing a very pleasant surprise. The Sun is success. The Emperor is drive and control and being able to, assert your authority. The Magician is your willpower, your ability to solve your own problems. And the Star is also a very happy outcome. So the energy that you're going to be in at the end of the year is very positive. So you might find that person. You may finally speak to that person. And regardless of whatever the outcome, regardless of say if you run it up to somebody and start to say, okay, this is who I am, I'm going to talk to you, it's like, even if that falls apart, you cannot ruin this energy. I don't think that you won't be brought down by any negativity when you're leaving this year feeling this way. So let me take a advice card. So this is advice that you're going to carry with you through 2021, okay? Yin in reverse. Let's take a look here. This is advice for the year. So this is a protection message, and it says, do you have trouble receiving? You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. You can't always lead, always give, and always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gifts, gesture, or offer in equal measure. Open up and let love, life, and abundance and spirit fill you without demand or expectation. Just receive the bounty that is yours. So things may actually be coming in and falling into your lap, and like this person here might be coming in out of the blue, and you want to make sure that you're ready to accept that. So if someone does come in and you may need to be your authentic self, don't dilly-dally. Be your authentic self and let this person treat you well. Let this person speak to you. Just don't try to control the situation is the best I can see here. So especially if it's something positive, don't try to control it. Just let it happen. So anyway, this is your reading. And if you want a private reading with me, you can get me on Etsy. My link is in the description box below. Also, if you'd like to help me with my New Year's resolution, I wanted to get 8,000 subscribers at least this year. So if you could comment and subscribe and like my video, that would help me get a little bit closer to that. And I would truly, truly appreciate it. So I want